Hey, our word for today is prayer. It's something admittedly that I don't feel like I'm good at. It's not something that I really grew up with. I didn't grow up a Christian. I didn't grow up in a church where like individual prayer was a big deal. So it's not something that I'm all too comfortable with. So it's kind of interesting that this is one of the words that I got for this week to talk about. But when I think about prayer, I think sometimes I narrow it down, and we have a habit of narrowing it down to this idea that you're at your bed at night, like on your knees, praying like silently for like a long time, and that just is not get it done for me. But prayer is actually something that is really diverse. So there's so many different types of way to pray. Not only in the Christian tradition, but in our own Anglican tradition as Episcopalians. We have like the Anglican Rosary, we have our Book of Common Prayer, we have something called the Daily Office in our Book of Common Prayer. That's morning prayer, noonday prayer, evening prayer, and Compline, which is prayer before you go to bed, right? And so like our monks do that every day, or really devout people. I don't do that quite every day. I do pray every day, but not the daily office. So when we think about prayer, I just think we should think about as a time set aside to reflect on your life with God, your life as it is. What's going on? What are you feeling? What's on your heart? It's a time to examine that and reflect on that. And there's so many different ways to do that. You can read scripture. You can, like I said, read the Book of Common Prayer. Some of my favorite types of prayer, honestly, are like in the morning when I'm taking my shower and I'm just sitting under the shower head, just thinking about my life and thinking about what's going on. And that's some of the most prayerful moments I have. Another thing that I do is I listen to music. Just take some time to just sit and listen to music that makes you feel something and reflect on that. There's so many different ways to pray. I think just find the one that is meaningful to you. Being in nature, going on a hike, being in the woods, collecting flowers, stuff that normal people do, that kind of thing. But honestly, prayer is so important because it gives us that time to process, reflect, and grow, and to be still. If we think about Jesus was always going off to pray by himself. And one of my favorite ways that I think Jesus was prayerful was that he took naps. So if you want to be like Christ, I think you should pray and reflect and nap. And really just sit and think about the fact that you're alive and how crazy that is. That's my favorite way to pray. It's just be like, holy crap, I'm alive. That's so weird, but amazing. And so as we go through the day, try to find just a quiet, still moment and reflect on that. And yeah, today's word is prayer.